Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on January 19, 2023. Indian diamond heiress becomes child nun, following in family tradition. Ruslan Obiang Nsu, Equatorial Guinea president's son arrested over plane sale. Bulgaria secretly supplied Ukraine fuel and ammunition in early months of war. The Guardian, Bulgaria to the rescue, how the EU's poorest country secretly saved Ukraine. Politico Europe, Bulgarian politicians still do not officially recognize arms exports to Ukraine. EURACTIV, in the press, investigation, how Bulgaria defied its pro-Kremlin ties to provide secret aid to Ukraine. France 24 English, Bulgaria denies reports that it sent warplanes to Ukraine. Abandoned pets, why puppies are being dumped at US airports. The Guardian, people are abandoning pets at airports. Don't be like them. Mutiny erupts among WEF staff over role of Mr. Davos. The Guardian, top business leaders and policymakers discuss the future of jobs at the World Economic Forum. CNBC, the World Economic Forum's Klaus Schwab on what lies ahead. Time, Succession, has nothing on Davos, elite conclave mulls next leader. Politico Europe, top business leaders discuss financial innovation at the World Economic Forum. Davos Day 2, Germany's Scholz not drawn on Ukraine tank decision. Zelenskiy urges faster action, as it happened. The Guardian, Mark Carney praises UK economy at Davos as global outlook brightens. The Times, Davos 2023, special address by Olaf Scholz, German Chancellor. World Economic Forum, Guterres, oil companies have peddled big lie on climate change. Guardian News, Big Oil peddled the big lie, UN chief calls out fossil fuel giants for ignoring climate science. Climate change, invest in technology that removes CO2 report. Trump News, Trump returns to Twitter and formally demands Facebook reinstatement. The Independent, Donald Trump plotting first tweet since ban was lifted, and he wants to return to Facebook, too. Sky News, Trump preparing return to Twitter, Facebook and Instagram this month. The Independent, Trump campaign asks Meta to restore Facebook account. Netanyahu told by Israel's Supreme Court he must fire key ally from cabinet. The Guardian, Israel's Supreme Court blocks appointment of key Netanyahu ally. BBC, Derry said likely to resign or be fired as minister while looking to bypass top court. The Times of Israel, setback for Israel's Netanyahu as Supreme Court orders him to fire minister, France 24 English. France 24 English, Israeli government at risk of collapse after court orders Netanyahu to fire his interior minister. Germany says it is no longer reliant on Russian energy. Idaho murders, live, evidence seized from Brian Kohberger's home included items stained red. The Independent, a glove, reddish pillow and receipts seized from Idaho murder suspect's home. USA Today, Idaho murders suspect Brian Kohberger wrote about delusions of grandeur in online forum. ABC News, Brian Kohberger, computer, hair, glove and stained items seized from Idaho murders suspect's home. The Independent, search warrant for apartment of Idaho murder suspect unsealed. What happens if the US hits the debt ceiling? BBC, what happens when the US hits the debt ceiling? Financial Times, explainer, how ominous is the debt limit problem? The Independent, how the debt ceiling debate could impact your finances. CBS News, a debt ceiling standoff may trigger serious fallout for Americans, warns economist. Here's what it means for you. Matteo Messina Denaro, Mafia boss bunker found by Italian police. BBC, Italian police find suspected secret bunker of captured Mafia boss. The Guardian, Giorgia Meloni choice for court role linked to Mafia. The Times, brother of 12-year-old dissolved in vat of acid wishes captured Mafia boss a slow death. Express, Mafia boss Matteo Messina Denaro, seriously ill and deteriorating fast, in prison after shock arrest. Olaf Scholz steers clear of commitment to supply of Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine. The Guardian, Ukraine-Russia news, live, Germany stalls Leopard tanks for Kyiv as 14 killed in helicopter crash. The Independent, Britain is sending the right tanks to Ukraine. The Telegraph, opinion, new defense minister's chance with arms for Ukraine. DW, English, opinion, Ukraine needs tanks. The US should push for it to get them. Zelenskiy uses Davos speech to intensify call for more tanks from allies. The Guardian, Russia-Ukraine updates, Moscow is exporting terror, Zelenskiy. Al Jazeera English, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says the world will definitely overcome Putin, BBC News. BBC News, Davos 23, special address by Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission. World Economic Forum, special address by the President at the World Economic Forum. Ruan Crighton, Essex ballet dancer feared dead in Nepal crash. BBC, tributes to London ballet student who died in Nepal plane crash. Evening Standard, relatives protest slow autopsy of Nepal plane crash victims. The Independent, opinion, what every pilot should know before landing in the Himalayas. CNN, Nepal plane crash, what's real, what's fake, France 24 English. Greta Thunberg, German police deny protest detainment was staged. BBC, claims that Greta Thunberg staged her detainment in Germany go viral, France 24 English. France 24 English, Greta Thunberg arrested at German coal mine protest. Washington Post, Greta Thunberg's detention is the right kind of climate action. Bloomberg, German police clear another environmental activist camp after Lutzeroth. France strikes bid to halt Macron's rise in retirement age. BBC, Black Thursday for France, nationwide strike on January 19, transport system to be severely affected. WION, France braces for Black Thursday, general strike over pension changes. The Guardian, France prepares for hellish day of strikes over pension reform. France 24 English, trade unions in France reject pension reform and plan a national strike. Jacinda Ardern, New Zealand PM to step down next month. BBC, Jacinda Ardern resigns as Prime Minister of New Zealand in shock announcement. Guardian News, Jacinda Ardern to resign as New Zealand's PM. Sky News, Jacinda Ardern gives the world a lesson in humility. Bloomberg, in 5 momentous years Jacinda Ardern became New Zealand's most important post-war Prime Minister. Russia-Ukraine war live, Kyiv investigating fatal helicopter crash, British, Polish and Baltic defense ministers to meet. The Guardian, Ukraine's interior minister killed in helicopter crash, BBC News. BBC News, Ukraine's interior ministry leadership killed in helicopter crash. BBC, Ukraine, senior officials die in helicopter crash near nursery. Guardian News, Wednesday evening news briefing, Zelenskyy's unspeakable pain over crash. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.